Namaste. Let's continue our epic story, Munshi Premchand's Godaan. If you have missed the earlier episode, I have links included in the description section below. Also, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the bell icon if you have not done so already. Your support and motivation will help us bring the best of Indian literary classics to you on a regular basis. So far, we have seen two extremes of the society. On one hand, we have Hori, a poor farmer but a man of high principles. His simplicity is his asset, but others take advantage of him. On the other hand, we have Rai Sahib, an affluent zamindar who is surrounded by wealthy people, but deep down he knows that each one of them are around only till he has the wealth and position. Hori is in deep debt and is also troubled by the actions of his son. Let's continue the story. It's been a year since Gobar landed in Lucknow, where he started doing odd jobs at Mirza's house. Over a period of time, he became smarter and goes on to open a tea stall, which did pretty good business, and he managed to save some money. He started grooming himself like a city boy, although he was constantly reminded of his village and his home. One day, he decides that it was time for him to come out of hiding and visit his village to see how Junia and his parents were doing. With his savings, he buys some clothes and gifts for them and heads home. There is a lot of excitement in the village when he reached. Dhania is very happy, while Junia and Hori are indifferent. Gobar learns about everything that had transpired during the year. He is furious and wants to bring people who tormented Hori to task. But Hori, as usual, did not want to press any issues and asked Gobar to stay off. But Gobar goes to Bhola, smooth talks him, and gets the bullocks back. Everyone is impressed with Gobar's new demeanor. He is no longer the rustic who ran away from the village a year ago. Seeing Gobar's new lifestyle, moneylenders start pouring in and demand for their loans to be repaid. This agitates Gobar and he has a huge showdown with his father. He tells Hori, "You never consulted me when you took all the loans. Don't expect me to pay them back." Gobar's change in behavior and his rudeness towards Hori makes Dhania very unhappy. Gobar decides that he has had enough of being in his village and decides to go back to Lucknow. But then he also wants to take Junia and his kid with him. When Dhania tries to reason it out, he says, "I have my own business now and I cannot ignore it. Anyways, you people didn't do anything for me when I was growing up here. Whatever I am today is due to my own hard work." Dhania is shocked at hearing this, as she felt Gobar, being the eldest son, has seen all their sufferings. She just decides to keep quiet. She is very hurt from inside, but then she feels that there is no point in trying to reason with Gobar, as he just doesn't want to understand. She stops talking to him. When leaving, Hori asks Gobar to get blessings from his mother, to which Gobar says, "She is not my mother." A tearful Hori and Dhania see Gobar, Junia and their grandchild walk off. On the other side, Rai Sahib seems to be going through a similar plight. He runs into rough weather with his money and runs into high debt. He also realizes that his so-called affluent friends only flocked by him as long as he was entertaining them and playing the host. The moment he ran into some difficult times, they start to avoid him. The truth is that there is no trust in either direction. Rai Sahib wanted everything his way and maintaining his relationship with the influential people to take care of his needs. The others were doing the same. Rai Sahib's daughter's wedding has been fixed with an affluent family, but they are expecting a huge dowry. In Rai Sahib's current financial situation, he is unable to meet the demands, but also doesn't want the wedding to be called off. He wants some help, but everyone seemed to back off under some pretext. A lot of things have changed for Gobar on his return to Lucknow. First, he loses the spot where he had his tea shop. Secondly, Junia was constantly complaining that their house is too small and the kid has no place to play. She misses the openness of the village. She was also expecting their second child. Then tragedy struck. Their first child comes down with a bout of diarrhea and dies due to negligence. Junia is shattered and takes out all her bitterness on Gobar. Gobar also starts drinking heavily. Even after the birth of their second child, the gap between Junia and Gobar seemed to increase and they constantly fight with each other. Gobar finds a job in Mr. Khanna's mill, but to his bad luck, there is a strike soon after he joins. One day the strike turns really violent and Gobar gets injured seriously. Their neighbor, who he had insulted previously many times, takes care of him and Junia. Gobar's recovery is slow, but then the truth dawns on him that he was unfair to a lot of people and wants to atone for his sins. Just when Rai Sahib felt things were getting back on track for him, he is in for some more setbacks personally. Although he wins a pending property lawsuit and also gets re-elected to the council as a home member, things were not going well on the home front. He had managed to get his daughter married off, but things didn't work out and she's sent back home. He commits his son's wedding to a princely family, but his son flatly refuses for this alliance. When Rai Sahib pushes for details, his son confesses that he is already married to Ms. Malti's sister Saroj. Rai Sahib is shocked. He had never had a high opinion of Ms. Malti and in particular was not happy about his son's closeness to her sister. To add insult to his injury, his son severs all his ties with Rai Sahib and moves to London with his wife. Rai Sahib's world seems to be crumbling down before his own eyes. However, he decides to put on a facade and maintain his prestige at all costs. There, Gobar is a changed man. He goes home to his village with Junia, apologizes to his mother and tries helping Hori. Hori's condition was not good as he had run up such high debt that he knew that he won't be able to repay that in his lifetime. He also feels bad that he will be burdening Gobar for all his mistakes. Gobar decides to return back to Lucknow to find some work, earn some money so that he can pay back some of the loans that Hori had taken, thereby helping him. When Gobar decides to go back to Lucknow, Dhania decides to not send Junia with him. Hori's desire to have a cow comes back again. But this time it was for his grandchild, as he wanted to make sure that the child is well nourished. He works extra hard, but his poor health and weakness makes him very sick. His condition slowly deteriorates. Dhania knows that Hori is going away, as she has seen this too many times. First with her kids, and then a few other of her close ones in the village. She is helpless as there was nothing she could do. By the morning, Hori passes away. The entire village is shocked. Someone suggests to Dhania that she should make a donation of a cow for Hori's soul to rest in peace. She gets up, walks into the house, comes back, and presses some coins in Hori's cold hands and says, "This is all I have, and this is my Godaan." Saying this, she bursts into tears. This novel makes us think. Hori tried to uphold his principles and sacrificed every bit of happiness. He was continuously oppressed by the powerful. Rai Sahib, on the other hand, was a powerful and wealthy zamindar. He was the oppressor, and yet he did not have any peace of mind and happiness. The very wealth he got by compromising his principles came of no use to him. Munshi Premchand brought out several other themes in this epic novel. Exploitation of the lower class, especially the peasants, who leased lands from the wealthy landowners, and the debt they run into to meet both ends. Exploitation of women. Dhania, Junia, and other women like them were constantly suppressed by the menfolk. They simply did not have a voice. The facade that the wealthy folks put and how artificial their relations are. It is so well highlighted in this story that money cannot buy you happiness. Godaan was made into a Hindi film in 1963 and a TV series by the name Tehreer in 2004. The links for the book and the movie are in the links below. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Please hit the like button and leave us your feedback in the comments section. Also, if there is a story in your native language that you would like us to share, please get in touch with us. Our contact details are in the section below. See you next time with another classic from our literary treasures. Namaste and Jai Hind.